to Brunch and Banter. On this episode, we are going to be getting to know my sister, Addie, aka Nena,
aka Addie.
Addie the Baddie.
Yeah, Addie the Baddie.
So, Nena, are you ready? We have a series of questions for you. Rapid fire.
Yes, rapid fire. Speed dating, but not really.
Boom, 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 boom.
It'll be like, is it Jeopardy where they time you, where they're like, dun, dun, dun.
Mm-hmm. It goes,
yeah.
Do, 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 do,
Yeah, that.
do, do, do. Pretty much.
First question. I guess the topic is personality and self-discovery. How well do you know yourself, Nena?
I thought you were going to say self-destruction.
Oh, maybe that too. Maybe you'll self-destruct yourself.
I feel like I know myself pretty well. I have lived with myself for almost 30 years.
Well, we'll see. First question. How would your best friend describe you in 3 words?
Nice, funny, generous.
Mm-hmm. What makes you feel most like yourself?
Oh, I would say...
These are deep.
I know. I'm like, what the heck even makes me feel like me?
I guess maybe like one thing you do or one thing you have to have.
What makes me feel like myself? Cooking. Honestly.
Your sourdough.
Yeah. I'm actually going to make a loaf tomorrow.
Ooh.
So we'll say cooking / baking, being in the kitchen, even though that's like kind of sexist, but like I'm happiest there. So
it's by choice.
What's one personality trait you're proud of?
I would probably say my generosity.
Mm-hmm. What's something you wish more people understood about you?
I feel like just overall in general, I always seemed like a goody two shoes. Like that's what people would describe me as. So I'm not saying I'm a rule breaker, but I feel like I'm just a normal person who does stuff, you know? Like I got suspended my senior year of high school.
For what?
Nena.
For taking someone turned in a phone to the front desk and I was office aide, and it was I don't know if you remember Chen.
Yeah.
It was her sister's phone, and I was gonna give it back to her, and then I was kind of dumb and I turned it back into the office when I should have just gave it to her sister. And then I was like,
I don't remember that.
It was so stupid because I was like, I literally took it because I knew who it belonged to, but they didn't believe me. They were like, you gotta tell us the truth. And I'm like, I'm literally telling you the truth. And like, until I went to, I forgot, I had to go talk to like the vice principal or something like that. And I was just like so fed up at that point that I was like, let me just write what they want me to write, because you have to write a form on like what you did. And I was like, I stole the phone because I wanted to. And he's like, it wasn't that hard being truthful, right? And I was like, screw you, bruh.
Well, that's not very nice.
And then mom was mad too.
Well, yeah, I would be mad too.
Yeah.
Don't worry, being called goody two shoes kind of like is in our DNA, because I would always be called a goody two shoes too.
Yeah, I know. I got made fun of like one time my friend would like hear me curse because I'm like, I just don't enjoy cursing. Like that's not something I enjoy, but like I don't care if other people do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I will just like, because the word just like fits in right or something. And they're like, oh my gosh, who is she? She cursed? You sound like an innocent little 5-year-old. I'm like, geez, thanks.
While Chell returns, I'm going to go ahead and continue.
What does it say?
Intermission.
Yeah.
When do you feel most confident?
I would say I feel most confident when I am like on top of everything, like dishes, laundry, my baby, making the bed. You know what I mean?
You're like, check,
Just like having
check,
everything
check.
done.
Do you thrive more on routine or spontaneity?
Honestly, either or. Like, I don't mind being spontaneous, but I also don't hate a routine. Like, you know, if I had to choose, I'd probably choose a routine just because Cammy needs a routine and she thrives off of a routine. So, for her sake, a routine. For my sake, it doesn't matter.
What's something you're working on within yourself?
Probably confidence, like as an individual, because I feel like I can second guess myself a lot, or like I'm not confident in like some decisions that I make when I feel like I should be.
Almost makes you wonder if our parents also played it by ear, you know?
Yeah.
What kind of energy do you bring into a room?
I feel like if you don't know me, I feel like I'm calm and reserved, or I guess shy. If you do know me, probably like happy and giddy.
Are you more emotionally driven or logic driven?
Definitely emotional. Not so, I mean, like, yeah, sure, I understand logic, but like my emotions will beat me to it.
It's a Scorpio thing, maybe, because I am the same
Oh,
way.
yeah, for sure. We are deep in the emotions.
Oh, yeah, we definitely are. Now, for the hard question. What is your love language?
Ooh. I've actually told my mother-in-law this and Kyle. Based off the way we were raised and what was valued, acts of service.
Yes.
And if we were not raised like that, I would say words of affirmation.
Yes. I don't really like words of affirmation. Sometimes I feel like kind of like shy towards it.
No,
you know?
I'm telling you, it's because of the way we were raised. Like, our parents don't say, I love you. Our parents, like, they're not like super, well, how would you say it? I guess their love is not really shown like physically. Like they don't just like go give you a hug and be like, I love you, or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but
I feel like what stuck with me is that and I know like it always makes me like kind of emotional to think about it, but my dad, when I was younger and I would lose weight, he would be like, "Oh, you're gonna get it back anyway." And when you would lose weight, Nena, my dad would be like, "Oh, good job, Nena! Like it's so good." So it kind of like made me, it made me really, what is it called? What is the word?
oh, I know what you mean.
Self-conscious.
Yeah. I mean, I could say the same. Like our grandma, our I don't know what my tia Nena is to us.
Great aunt.
A tia.
Great aunt.
A great aunt. Yeah.
What they would always comment on my body, like.
I don't like that. Like obviously, I know how I look. Can you chill?
Yeah, and so when I first moved in with Kyle's family, because like even when we'd have like barbecues, I would always be like so aware of how much I was eating, and like if I got up for seconds or anything like that, that I was just like too observant of everyone, like how they would look at me or what they would say. And so when I first moved here, I feel like they really because like they don't say anything, like they don't comment on anything like that. They never have, and I've never felt like judged for my body as far as like I do with our family. And so I feel like they've helped heal part of my inner child.
And see, like I remember my dad would always be like, at your age, your mom was like skinny, a little skinny figure this and that and look at you, how you are. And I'm just kind of like, why do you have to rub it in my face like that? Like, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Why did this just turn into like a little therapy session?
I know, right?
For real.
Quirk and fun facts. What's a random skill you have that no one expects? What's your what do they call it? What's your party trick?
I feel like the one thing is that I can like raise both my shoulder blades like without moving my arms.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that trick. Next question. What's a weird food combination you love?
I can't think of one right now, but I can think of one when we were younger. Um, me and your brother would always eat wings and eggs with syrup.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
that
actually
was
kind of
weird.
good.
Yeah.
No,
The
that was
weenies with
always
the syrup
weird.
is good.
Yeah.
No, it's still good. I tried it recently.
Ew. Okay, what's your useless talent? Is that your shoulder blade?
Probably. What am I gonna do? Fly away?
Is that your final answer?
Final answer. Lock it in.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
I feel like all I can think about is 1,000 miles or the Benny
Making
and
my
the
way
Jets.
downtown.
That's a good one.
Benny and the Jets. Benny.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite conspiracy theory? Even if you don't believe it. Are you a flat earth person, Nena?
That there is more world beyond the Arctic wall.
Okay. What is your biggest ick or pet peeve?
People who chew with their mouth open. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
It drives me nuts.
Is it the same with chewing gum?
Yeah. Like mom would say, they look like cows.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay. If your life were a genre of a movie, what would it be?
Drama.
Ooh, I like that.
My mom would call her the drama queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
My movie would literally be Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen.
There you go. What fictional character do you relate to most?
Fictional. Lindsay Lohan, my life. I'm just kidding. I don't know why my brain can only think of Tinkerbell right now. I feel like Tinkerbell's, misunderstood. I get misunderstood a lot. So maybe Tinkerbell. And besides, Tinkerbell likes to get mad over the dumbest things, and sometimes I can do that too.
Okay. What's your most irrational fear?
What is a rational fear? I would say my biggest fear. I have two fears: open water and heights.
Okay. Do you believe in zodiac signs or astrology?
No, but it's fun. It's fun to read occasionally.
Next section. Your deep thoughts. Do you believe everything happens for a reason?
I thought you were gonna say, "Do you believe in magic?"
Do you believe in magic? Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Sometimes not really. It's like
Mhm.
cause and effect, and if it was meant
Okay.
to be, it would be.
That's kind of like things happening for a reason, though.
But like, if it was gonna happen, it would happen, not for any reason, but it happening.
When do you feel most at peace?
I feel most at peace when I'm watching the sunset.
What does home mean to you?
Home means where I am with my family.
What's your personal definition of success?
Success to me would be you have a roof over your head, you have a family, everyone is happy, healthy, fed, clothed, and just making fun memories, you know?
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
That I'm funny. Because I truly believe I am.
You should be a comedian.
No, not that funny.
What's a belief you've outgrown?
Does Santa count? I'm just kidding.
For real.
A belief that I have outgrown. I don't think I've really outgrown a belief. Like, I can't think of anything that I like, at least not anything major. Like, no Santa, no Easter Bunny, no Sandman, no Tooth Fairy. But I do remember when I discovered there wasn't a Tooth Fairy because I found my teeth in Mom's room.
That's so weird that we keep our teeth as, like, memories.
Yeah.
What's one truth you've learned the hard way?
I would say probably the fact that when you die, you're gonna be alone. You know,
That's so
you're not
sad.
taking anyone with you. I mean, you know someone, but no one's coming with you. You're not bringing anything with you. You're just gone.
What's something you wish you could tell your younger self?
Probably to not care what other people say. Like, what they say holds no weight to you.
That's some good advice. If you could live one day of your life over again, which day would it be and why?
Probably when I left home, because I always felt bad for not saying bye to you guys or to dad. Kind of just up and vanished. You know, I was like, I'm gonna go buy milk. Never came back. Just kidding.
That's so sad. When was the last time you truly felt alive?
Oh, I felt alive when I took a shower today.
Alive and renewed.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, I just like love watching sunsets. Like, they're so beautiful. They're
Yes.
so
Captivating.
yeah, like I just feel like so like happy to be alive and to witness it. And you know, each sunset is different. None of them are ever the same.
The colors are just so pretty.
Yeah.
Next section. Life experiences. What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Probably work at that job at that house. Remember?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like that was literally so out of the blue for me to do, which
That was interesting.
I do regret. It was a little traumatizing.
What's one memory that always makes you smile?
I would say well, I mean, it's not one because it's many, but because we've been there so many times, it's all like a blur. But like our family trips to like Universal or Disneyland, because everyone's like just happy and having a good time.
What's the most adventurous thing you've ever tried?
Drugs! The most adventurous thing. If we're talking like typical adventure, like out in the wild, I would say zip lining.
Oh, yeah.
If we're talking food, I would say bone marrow.
Have you ever had a moment that felt like a movie?
Not exactly a movie, more like a TV series drama. But yes, like all of the drama that was happening here at the house, like the last 2 years.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
That was crazy.
It was like a movie.
It was like keeping up with the Kardashians, but like not.
What's a risk you took that paid off?
I would say, honestly, probably replying to Kyle's message in the first place. Because look at me now.
Oh, exactly. With child and everything.
I know.
What's a place that changed you?
I would say Texas.
I feel like I know the answer to the next question.
You know it or I know it?
I feel like I know it.
Okay. Let me throw you a curveball then.
Okay. Who has made the biggest impact on your life so far?
Jesus. Purple.
What do you think my answer was?
Kyle.
No,
Tammy.
that little girl on your lap.
Honestly, Kyle has made quite the impact on my life, though. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
feel like,
also the little girl on your lap.
well, yeah, I mean, but you're expected to change, when you have a kid.
I think so.
Yeah. She definitely has made quite the impact.
Have you ever had a sliding doors moment where your life could have gone a different way? I have a thought in head with this one for you.
I feel like so many times, honestly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's just like things where I'm like, if I would have said something else, or if I would have done something else, like, I always think about when I got into my first car accident, because, like,
Mm-hmm.
I was going to work. I always think, man, if I would have just, like, left a little bit later or a little bit sooner, then it never would have happened.
That's true. What I was thinking was, remember that one time we were at Vanessa's house and we went to the park at night
Oh, yeah.
where the car almost ran you over and we were pretty much all the way across the street already?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what came to my head.
I do wonder sometimes. I forgot about that. I haven't thought about that
And
in
then
a
there was another one
while.
too. The one over by when we went to the fair and we were walking back to the car. And we were like literally almost the same exact moment, like, like just that last car
Yeah.
lane from the sidewalk. And the cop just beep beeped on the guy.
Yeah. People are terrible drivers.
They really are.
Like, I always think they're more aware than they really are, but people are very, very selfish drivers.
They really are. What's the kindest thing someone has ever done for you?
I mean, like, people have done nice things, and I feel like just being there for you, like, when you need them to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like, expected, but like when you have the right, I guess, support system there.
Yeah.
Because I can't like think of one thing specifically besides having like a really good support system where there are like so many kind things that they do for you.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's a lesson you keep learning over and over?
The clothes aren't gonna fold themselves.
I actually folded my laundry today. I put it all away before Francisco came over.
I think I put like everything away except for like 4 pairs of pants.
I got like 2 shirts I need to put away, but that was it. Okay, next section. Love and relationships. What do you look for in a friendship?
I look for compassion, empathy, charisma, banter, dependability.
What does love look like to you?
Love looks like selflessness and patience.
Someone who will put up with you when you are being the most annoying you can be.
Yeah. Especially like when when they're watching a show and have to pause it like every other minute because you just want to say something.
Me? Literally this whole time,
Yeah.
I will be like, babe, and I'll tell him something, and then he'll be pause. Okay, play.
And then Kyle will be like, I'm trying to finish this episode. I have like 6 minutes left. And I'm like, okay. And then I'll like stop, and then I think of something and I'm like, oh, I need to say something, but like he's watching his show, but if I don't say it, I'll forget
Yeah, exactly.
it.
What's your ideal first date?
My ideal first date, honestly, I feel like a date at like an amusement park or like a
Oh yeah,
museum or like a comedy show would be like really fun. Like, you kind of like
yeah.
it's not like, oh, we're gonna go to the movies and you don't speak for like 2 hours.
You just sit there next to each other. Unless you're like me,
Yeah.
I'll talk during the movie sometimes. I'll be like whispering, "Oh my god, I like that part. Oh my god, that's so cool." Like that.
Yeah. 'Cause I feel like I really like to have conversations.
Yeah, me too. Like, low key, that's kind of why I want to start a podcast because I really like to talk a lot. So, might as well put it to good use.
Yeah.
What's the best relationship advice you've ever received?
Do not tell others about your low points. Like, never tell anyone what you're arguing about or if you've had a fight or like a disagreement. Because once you like allow them in at those like low points of your relationship, they can give you bad advice
Mm-hmm.
and they can like see things from their perspective, which is completely different because they don't necessarily know the whole story, and it can kind of ruin your relationship, in my opinion.
Yeah. And on top of that, like, once you tell somebody what somebody has done, like, say, like, oh, so and so, we were fighting about this, whatever, you put that bad moment in their eyes, and now they're judging your relationship based on that bad moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have you ever had your heart broken? What did it teach you?
I think I wouldn't say I'm lucky, but to say that I've only experienced heartbreak through loss,
Mm-hmm.
like whether it be loss of friendship or loss of a pet or loss of a family member. What was the question? Sorry.
Have you ever had your heart broken? What did it teach you?
So, because I've only experienced it, I guess, heartbreak through loss, that's where you kind of learn like you don't know how long you're gonna live. You don't know if you will outlive your parents or your kids.
Mm-hmm.
So like I try not to be angry at people, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure, someone can make you upset, but I don't like try to hold on to it like a grudge, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if they're gonna be here tomorrow, and let's say you're mad at them and you're not talking to them because you're mad at them and they pass away, then the last memory of you and them would be bad and you would have a lot of regret. And I don't want to have that.
That's very true.
Yeah.
What kind of partner do you strive to be?
I try to be a supportive, optimistic, helpful partner.
Good job, Nena.
I'm trying to think of
Good
other
response. Good response.
adjectives, but that's the best I can do for now.
How do you show affection?
Like, I feel like this goes back to love language, like acts
Mm-hmm.
of service. Like, I feel like me doing things, or I like hugs a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
You're touchy?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, sometimes I get
Touchy-feely.
annoyed, but most of the
Yeah.
time I'm pretty good. Like, sometimes I just don't want to be touched at all, and I'm like, please don't touch me. Please don't breathe next to me. Breathe away from me.
What red flags do you watch out for?
People who are too serious, because
Mm.
I feel like I'm not serious at all 90% of the time.
You're like, I just like to have fun.
Yeah, and then like if people are too serious, I'm like, why are you so serious? Like, it's just life. Enjoy it.
It's not that big of a deal.
It's not. People who can't. I literally just thought this because I looked at car keys.
Mhm.
But people who can't park in a parking spot.
Oh my god, I know.
I'm just like,
Me?
come on, guys. If you're gonna see, I like to park next to the cart return, so like it's just me
Oh yeah,
and one car, not two, so that I could at least still get in my car.
that's true. What's your biggest relationship green flag?
Someone who can take like a roast,
Mhm.
like if you're like roasting them for fun, someone who can take that, like they aren't like, I guess, sensitive.
Yeah, that makes
But then I
sense.
feel like, you know, that's like good company.
Yeah, I like that too. What's one relationship deal breaker for you?
Someone who does not want a family, which I don't gotta worry about, you know?
Of course.
One down.
One down. Dreams and imagination.
Dreams and aspirations.
No, imagination.
If you could master any skill instantly, what would it be?
How to play the piano.
Oh, you know what? That's one thing I always said I would like to learn how to play.
Kyle's mom
Is a
said she
piano.
would teach me, but it's just like, but she said she'd teach Tammy. So
Oh,
I
there
can
you
live
go.
vicariously through her.
What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail?
If I knew I couldn't fail,
Mm-hmm.
if I knew I couldn't fail, honestly, I probably would. I mean, like everything I think of, I'm like, well, you don't know if you won't fail because you haven't tried it. Because I'm like, if I knew that I wouldn't fail, like I would have started content creation a long time ago,
Oh,
or
yeah.
I would have started like my micro bakery like way. Well, I should have started my sourdough way sooner, but things like that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Like, I also think like I would probably would have done like microbiology because that was actually like really fun and really cool. But I just felt like it was there was a lot of test taking, and I'm really bad at taking tests, like really bad. Like I just freak out.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
If you could live anywhere for a year, where would it be?
Ooh, I would say somewhere like the Netherlands
Ooh.
or like Switzerland.
Okay. What would your dream house look like?
One story, maybe wraparound porch.
Ooh.
Uh, Big kitchen, big living room. I want every room to have a walk-in closet, maybe like 5 bedrooms, not including the master. So I guess six. Uh, every room would have its own bathroom, its walk-in closet, very pretty window, green kitchen. That's my dream. Like sagey green cabinet with
Ooh.
like a butcher countertop, like the wood one.
Yeah, that's
Lots of
pretty.
wood accents. Oh, so pretty.
What's a dream you haven't told many people about?
A dream. I have a dream. What is
Okay, Martin Luther King.
My dream is to own a huge plot of land where we could build like multiple houses and have like a majority of our family living there and have
Mhm.
like
Isn't there a name for that?
a communal garden, a homestead.
There we
Mhm.
go.
Homestead.
Yeah, basically like that. Except I'm not really sure how much I really want like farm animals because like I don't have the heart to butcher, and I don't know if I could like eat a freshly butchered animal. But
A
like I
chicken?
would,
Mm-mm.
want to like
Nope.
homeschool and have like a little like the micro bakery and have a stand where we sell like bread
Mhm.
and stuff like that. Like I think like that's really cool. That'd be really
We
fun.
used to have chickens in the house not a really long time ago, and my grandma butchered one in front of me, and to this day, I cannot eat the little patitas that people put in the caldo. They literally look just like the chicken, and all I see is those chickens running around everywhere.
You're traumatized.
I could not eat that chicken when she killed it. Like I would gag. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it tastes weird.
What alternate life do you sometimes imagine for yourself?
I always imagine what would have happened if I never would have met Kyle. Like I genuinely wonder like where I would be, like
Mhm.
what path I would have taken.
If your future self could give you one piece of advice, what would it be?
I think it would be to let go and just live life.
Ooh.
Mhm.
What legacy do you hope to leave behind?
A homestead.
What What's one thing you still believe in no matter what?
One thing I still believe in no matter what. Karma.
I agree.
Good or bad. Karma.
If you could switch lives with anyone for a day, who would it be?
Cammy.
She lives a life. Snackies.
I know.
I think I would want to be a cat. I would want to be Milo. Maybe not Milo. Maybe Milo. Because I get to sleep
You get to chill.
and people just pet me and give me love.
Exactly.
And they just love me for me just laying there. And if I did that today as I am, they wouldn't love me.
They wouldn't pet me.
They'd be like, get up and go do your laundry.
Go do something.
Yeah.
So basically, you don't want responsibilities.
For a day.
Sounds like fun, actually.
That'd be fun. Think about it, a day of no responsibilities.
There you go.
And all you would do is sleep and eat and poop. You would literally be a newborn.
That's true. Last section.
Ooh, reflection and fun. What song would be the soundtrack to your life right now?
The soundtrack to my life. I'm trying to think of songs.
I got a pen.
All
I got an apple.
No, I was gonna say all I can think about is Party in the USA.
Oh my.
Only because
That's a good one.
it's almost Cammy's birthday.
Oh wow. We're gonna go party over
And
here.
it's like so close to 4th of July.
Mm-hmm. What 3 items would you bring to a deserted island and not practical items?
3 items I would bring to a deserted island. What's practical? Like
A lighter, a flashlight.
gotcha. So I
Like
should
maybe
bring
like
the
survival
wood.
stuff.
I'm just kidding.
What'd you say, Nena? You gonna bring what?
She's like a lighter, and I'm like, so I should bring the wood.
No, like not like
Yeah,
I think like
not like basic things that you would
survival.
want to have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like almost luxury esque. I would probably bring the a book series, a court of
Ooh.
I forgot the
Akatar?
name. Yes,
A Court of Thorn and Roses.
yes, there we go. I would. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, I might as well bring like my starter. You know, I'm gonna be out there.
Definitely
doing
not
nothing.
practical.
Along, my starter.
Gotta keep it alive.
Yeah, it needs its flour. It needs its water. It'll thrive. And last but not least, I would bring a router. I'm just kidding.
I'm saying how, but why?
Like,
You don't have a
What are
phone,
you gonna plug it into?
and you wouldn't have a phone with you.
No, you know those what do you call them? Those radios that that have like a bunch of stuff on them. Like they have a light
the emergency
and like
ones?
yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, probably a radio because like you'd be bored,
There you go.
and it's not that practical.
Can I just bring Spotify?
Right? What is your main character moment?
My main character moment was when I had to tell everyone that I was pregnant because I don't think anyone saw it coming.
No.
Nope.
I had never felt so in the spotlight in my life.
Right?
Yeah, it was crazy.
What's a hill you'll die on? Something you strongly believe.
That any paranormal activity is a demon. Like
That's true.
there are no good spirits. They pretend to be good and like they know you because obviously like they're demons. That's a hill that I would die on.
What kind of vibe do you give off?
I feel like I give off like a chill vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Question mark?
You don't sound too sure there.
I know.
I mean, I feel like I don't really give off like, oh, she's crazy or like, oh, she's mean. You know what I mean?
Toxica.
I feel like I'm, like I'm just like nonchalant. You know?
Yeah.
She just be there, chilling,
Like a villain.
happy, like maybe a little crazy, but not really. What's your definition of crazy? Because obviously it's not me.
What's something people always ask you for advice about? Your starter? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. I've had this conversation before with my mother-in-law, but for some reason, you know what? Maybe the vibe I give off is trustworthy because a lot of
Maybe.
people like to spill their beans to me. Like I don't ask anything, you know, or like I don't not like out here trying to get information, but people will just like randomly like they trust me. So like, you know, I seem trustworthy and I look trustworthy and I'm not saying I'm not, okay? But I feel like what was the question again? Because I lose myself.
What's something people always ask you for advice about?
There we go. I was trying to get to my point and I lost my point. So I feel like a lot of people ask me advice on a lot of things. The one thing that I never really liked getting, or I guess giving advice about is relationships because I've technically only been in one real relationship and my relationship has worked out well otherwise. And so I feel like I can't be like in that headspace for them to be like, oh, I know what you're going through, you know, it'll get better. And I'm like, it will get better because eventually it will get better. But like, I feel like I like it's pretty well rounded when like people ask me for advice about like general things like relationships and kids and like self help. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. What's your comfort movie or TV show?
My comfort movie is Pitch Perfect.
Good choice, Nena.
And if I were to go for TV show, I really like watching Modern Family or Full House.
Ooh, Full House.
Ooh, I can see that. Okay. What's the most you outfit you own?
T-shirt, leggings, Converse.
That is very you. What's one unpopular opinion you actually stand by?
I can't even think of one right now. What are unpopular opinions that you guys can think of?
I don't know. All I have is my opinions.
Beyonce is an overrated performer.
Low-key, yeah. No. Forget about Beyonce. Mariah Carey's overrated.
I don't really care about Mariah Carey either.
She is not Mrs. Christmas. Yeah, whatever the fuck she calls herself.
It's just that like one song.
Yeah, because it happens every Christmas.
I know.
What's something that never fails to make you laugh?
You're like, me? Because I'm funny?
Yeah, me?
Just kidding.
Oh, every time I look in the mirror, I'm just cracking up. Something that will make me laugh. You see, like, when you just, like, take your hand, shove it up your armpit, and give it a little wiggle.
Oh my god.
And then you smell it.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding. It's gross.
Honestly, I feel like Impractical Jokers are hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
They never fail to make me laugh. Like, overall, I just find, like, a lot of things funny. I feel like I'm always laughing at the most random crap ever.
If you had a theme song, what would it be?
A theme song? The intro to Hannah Montana.
What do people misunderstand about you?
That I can be walked all over. Because I know I give off that vibe, but
You can't walk all over her.
you must understand, homie.
What's a quote or mantra you live by?
I don't know why. The only thing I can think of when I went to junior high, that thing that they posted in the cafeteria, the early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable.
I remember that.
In El Camino, they had one that said, "Education is a pathway to success."
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata.
Oh my gosh.
That's my
There you
mantra.
go.
It
Or
means no worries.
Ohana.
Ohana means family, and family
And
is.
family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten.
If your inner child could speak, what would they say?
I don't know if this really answers the question. If my inner child could speak, it would say that she, because I'm not an it.
I was about to say it.
I feel like I would say that just because I'm a kid doesn't mean that I don't have feelings.
Very true.
Last question. What makes your life feel meaningful? Dun dun dun.
I feel like my family makes life meaningful, honestly. Like, I feel like I'm just like a family person.
It's your purpose.
Not to say that not everyone is a family person, but like, I just like feel happiest with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And like, here's an example. So, like, Kyle's family, they, because like, there's this thing called like, a living room family, and then I forgot what the other one's called, but like his family will go to like everyone goes to their own bedrooms, and like they don't hang out together like in the living room that often. And then back home, I would like never really be in my room, and I would always be in the living room like with mom or dad or like my sisters. So like it was a huge, I guess, like culture shock to me when I came to live with them. That it was like so weird, and I swear I felt like depressed for the longest time.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Because it would just be like me in the room by myself while Kyle was at work, or like, it's like then I would be happy when he was home, but then he would leave again. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. That was the end of the podcast.
That was getting to know me.
Thank you for tuning in and spending some time with us. I hope you guys had so much fun getting to know my sister. And let us know some of your own answers to these questions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give us a comment, a follow, and subscribe, and join us next Wednesday. And our socials, of course, are on Instagram and TikTok at Brunch and Banter Pod. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.